So the first remake had a plot identical to the original movie and it worked. So what happens when the second movie tries something new? The Hills Have Eyes 2, the 2007 remake of the 1985 film. It's a very loose remake of the second movie. And as in loose, I mean there's nothing similar. Welcome to the fourth day of my Road Rage Rampage 2 reviews. And this movie, well, at least it's slightly better than the original second movie. The plot: a team of soldiers head off to Sector 16 to drop off supplies. But it turns out Sector 16 is right near the place where the family in the first movie was attacked, and now the soldiers are being picked off one by one, naturally. Okay, so I know I said there was no similarities between this and the 1985 second movie, but it did retain one thing, and that is the slasher vibe. One thing that made me put up with this whole movie was the characters. They are so much memorable and are distinguishable from one another. Usually in movies about soldiers, I can never tell who's who because of the helmets. Another positive thing I could take away from this is the gore and the makeup effects are solid. Even the CGI blood looks good. That takes talent. This movie is also pretty fast-paced and action-packed. However, where the good action side of this movie is, there's also the bad side. As my saying goes, you can't flip a quarter and get the same results every time unless you use a double-sided quarter, which is clever, and if you can get away with it, you are smooth. The camera is all shaky and it gets quite annoying. Also, the acting is pretty bad from some of the actors and actresses, plus some of the mutants only have a shortly timed presence, and it doesn't leave a lasting impression like the ones in the first movie did, but there is some pretty gnarly stuff in this movie. The mangled corpses are probably the highlight in the gore effects. The soundtrack consists of Celldweller, well, one song, which I've known that band since I was a kid, and as for the music itself, it is mostly just a recreation of the first remake's musical score. It's a fun movie with some decent gore, fast pace, and likable but somewhat poorly acted characters. Overall, I give The Hills of Ice to the 2007 remake of the 1985 film a 3 out of 5. Lion Brain got a host of horror show movie reviews. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below to leave comments and subscribe.